Don't forget to get a great shot of our delicious pizza.
All right, quiet on the set.
Squan Tavern, take one.
Ready, action.
Hey, fellas, what about my commercial?
Squan Tavern, molto bene.
When your appetite starts speaking Italian, it's time for Squan Tavern. Squan Tavern, Broad Street in Manasquan. It's so good.
Welcome back to the 18th Annual Ocean Grove Lifeguard Tournament. I'm Bob Lampinen. With me is Ralph Truitt. We're just about ready for our first event. The first event tonight will be the boat out and in. As we mentioned, the sea conditions are not ideal at all tonight. And Ralph, we're just about ready to get started. Give us a brief description of this first event.
Well, what you're going to see here is you're going to have two lifeguards out and around the buoy. Now, all turns in this tournament will be made from the north to the south, or left to right as you'll look at it on your screen. You'll have two men. Also, I happen to be in the captain's meeting before the tournament, and they've agreed that they're going to be extra launchers on all events due to the surf tonight. So you're going to see an inordinate number of men launching the boat out into the surf to try and get it on a straight course in the beginning. And then the two men that remain in the boat will be out on the north side of the buoy, around and in, one man out and cross the finish line.
Well, you take a look right there at the colors that the various teams will be wearing tonight. Always difficult to tell when they get out about 100 yards or so away from the beach, but there they are there, and we'll do our best to identify them as we go on throughout the evening. So our first event just about set to get started, and we're certainly looking forward, as we mentioned, to an interesting night. The conditions are not the best, and I think the extra launchers, that's a good move tonight, because they have to consider the safety factors also.
At this point, that's the main concern. Everybody's here, and of course, since you got it all together, you want to have the tournament go off as scheduled. But the number one concern is the safety of the people in the boats. And the paddlers, of course, are fine, but these boats can start flying around out there, and somebody can get hurt. Looks like Buster Stoll down on the beach there.
Buster will be our official starter tonight. Buster in the white shirt. And once again, we extend our best wishes to Howard Rowland. Howard's been the official starter for years and years here at the Jersey Shore, and a little bit under the weather, but we understand Howard's making some progress. Get well soon, Howard. We miss you down here.
Hi.
There's someone speaking to our into our microphones already, so we're off to our usual great start. They're a magnet. People can't ignore them.
See the boats down by the water. Looks like they're just about ready to go.
Our scoring, as usual, tonight with, what do we have, 8 teams tonight? So it'll be 8 points for first place, 7 for second, right on down the line.
And 0 for any disqualification if that should occur.
And we might see some of that tonight. It's
There
going to be
might be.
chaotic as they make the turns out. The buoys are pretty close tonight. Well, you can see them whistling. Make sure everybody's set, so
Okay,
just about ready to go.
The flag.
And here we
And
go.
they're off.
First event, the boat out and boat in.
Right away, you can see that surf coming into play. They're going to have a hard time getting out.
Well, you just saw Manasquan heading out. The first boat you saw was Bradley Beach. That looks like Bradley Beach on the left. And they're going to have some problems getting out there. Also will be very interesting as they watch out as they come back in.
That's true. As hard as it is to get out, you can come in a little easier than you want to sometimes, by which I mean the wave's going to catch you. And once that occurs, you can't control it with yours. You can just try and control it with your weight and just try and steer the boat in as straight as possible.
And there's our host, Ocean Grove. They're in lane 1 for this first event.
They look like they're having a hard time getting some rhythm. It's kind of hard to explain to you. I wish I could tell you how hard it is to stand up in the back of that boat in this chop out there on a day like today and keep your oars in and out of the water. You can see he's having an awfully hard time just trying to maintain balance.
And down in lane 8, the south end of the beach here, that's Manasquan.
Already made the turn, heading in.
So right now it looks like Manasquan is in the lead in this first event. Manasquan always puts together a strong team, particularly in the rowing events. And Bradley Beach always in the thick of things. There they are.
There's Bradley trying to get on the crest of that wave there. Not much of one, they're fighting.
And Manasquan is still in the lead. That's Seagirt right there. Ocean Grove.
Ocean Grove is doing well on the way in. They picked up a lot of momentum.
And unofficially, it looks like Manasquan.
Looks like Manasquan's crossing the line right about now.
Bradley Beach had some trouble at the finish. Here comes
There's
Manasquan.
Manasquan across the line.
That's Asbury Park. Ocean Grove, watch out. Tough to get out,
You'll
tough to
notice
get in, and tough to get out of the boat.
You'll notice the other thing too, as soon as that boat gets caught up in those waves, you got to throw those oars and get them out of there. They can snap off on you and tear your oar locks out and bang up and hit you. All kinds of things can happen. Got to get the oars out of your way.
Well, an exciting first event. That was the boat out and in. Unofficially, we have Manasquan as the winner. Of course, we have to wait for the official results. The judges will confer. And
one thing, speaking of the judges too, you might notice that there was no boat judges. I don't know if you're used to seeing these in the past, but because of the conditions, they don't even have judges out in boats for this year's tournament.
That's right. Normally there are boats out by the buoys. So the first event, the boat out and in, is history. Unofficially, Manasquan wins it. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the official results right after this.
Dinner is served. Hey, where'd everybody go?
They've gone to Jason's Furniture in Neptune City, where they can buy this sofa and love seat or this sofa, love seat, and recliner by Jackson for only $6.99, or this beautiful colonial love seat and recliner covered in 100% nylon for only $7.99.
Buying furniture, you can't. Pasta up, our deals.
Welcome back to Ocean Grove. Our second event will be the boat swim. The winner of the first event was Manasquan, but event number 2 just about ready to get started. They're not wasting any time at all tonight, Ralph. It's the boat swim. What is this one? Okay, this one you're going to see two people go out in the boat, once again with the extra launcher. When they get out past the buoy, usually the boating person, the person will be standing up in the stern of the boat, will turn, jump out of the back of the boat, and swim into shore, and then out of the water and up and across the finish line. There you can see the two launchers. Normally it would just be the two people in the event launching, but in this case they're going to give them a little extra help. Well, last year's winner in this event was Avon. As we take a look at the top 3 after one event, Manasquan picked up 8, Bradley Beach in second place with 7, and Avon picked up 6 points for third place. Buster Stoll, our starter, checks out the surf. What he's trying to do here is he's going to wait. I mean, everybody's ready by the water. He's trying to check up and down the line, the coastline, to see if he can get an even start as possible. You can never get it exactly the same, but you don't want to do it right when the wave's breaking on one section of the shore. You want to try and get it as even as possible. And that's the Belmar boat right there, right next to Buster, waiting to get things started. We just did the official results in that first event. It was Ocean Grove, followed by Spring Lake. Third place was Belmar. So Belmar snuck in there. We thought we're going backwards. I'm sorry, I'm reading backwards here. Manasquan was first. Second place was Bradley Beach, and third was Avon. So the guys in the truck were correct. I just can't read these score sheets they passed out. Okay, the flag's up. And down. He's bringing it down. He's waiting for the surf. Flag is hurling. And after this second event, once it's completed the boat swim, we will go back down to the beach. We'll have an interview with that winning Manasquan team from the first event. Jeff Burley is with us tonight. He'll be conducting the interviews. So they're still waiting to get things started. There you see Doug Blanchard standing there in the white shirt in the middle. Now with his back to us. He's the tournament director, as he has been here for years, and always does an excellent job getting it set up, especially with the conditions this afternoon, getting these buoys set, getting everything together to come off right on time, and doing the best as possible with the conditions. He's doing a great job. Not easy tonight, I'll tell you. See, that ocean's looking pretty mean out there. We're going to try it again. Event number 2. This is the boat swimming. Here we go. And that's Belmar. And here's the hard part. Take a look at the Seagirt team. Here we go. Woo. That's still right on the shoreline there. They haven't even got out into it yet.
Lost an oar there.
Just want to get past that shore break.
Yeah, you don't want to have your oars popping out while you're sitting there trying to get out past the breaking waves. There's somebody seems to be underway pretty well. A couple teams out there.
Right now, they're off to a good start once they got through it. It's very close. And where their problems, I think, will come in, if it is real close, is as they make the turn at the buoys. We mentioned the buoy's not real wide apart out there, and it could cause some problems.
Well, in this event, Bob, you're not going to have to deal with the turn. This is the swim event, and once they get out there, you're just going to have the one swimmer back in. See, as soon as they cross the buoy there, it's out of the back of the boat. Ocean Grove's in the water, heading back in. Now, swimming through this chop, you're going to see these kids as they swim in, lifting their head up quite a bit. The easiest way to do this, and it's not that easy, but the easiest way is to try and pick a landmark on the beach, whether it be lots of times a teammate will hold up a surfboard, or you can even pick up a landmark even way back across the street on a hotel, and that's the only way you can really try and swim straight, especially through all this chop and cutting surf. And the other thing, of course, is you're going to be looking for a wave. If you're really lucky, you can grab onto one of those to ride in.
Well, there are a number of teams which are holding surfboards up right at the edge of the beach, really, by their lane markers. As you look, I believe that's Bradley Beach swimmer coming in.
Looks like this is going to be close.
There's some of those surfboards. This is Bradley Beach again coming at us.
This is Bradley. There's somebody up out of the water.
Pretty tough to tell on that, Cap. I think that may be the Manasquan swimmer. They dive across. It's Ocean Grove.
It's a very strange feeling to come up out of the water like that after swimming and try and sprint on a relatively hard surface. It's a real interesting thing for your muscles, as you've been swimming, and now all of a sudden you're trying to run on sand, and your legs can turn to rubber very quickly.
Particularly after you've been kicked around as you're trying to row out there.
Right.
And remember, all the contestants drawing their events out of the hat, so a number of people not in their favorite events at all.
Yeah, this looks like someone conceding right here, as a matter of fact.
That's called, let's just finish this thing up, get it over with. That's the scene on the beach.
Is that Seegert? They look pretty happy, whoever that was.
This is our second event. This is the boat swim, and Jeff Burley is down on the beach with the winners of the first event, the boat out and in, the victorious Manasquan team. Let's go to Jeff.
I'm here with Tom Greenwald and Rich Bailey, the winners of the boat out and in for Manasquan. Looks like some pretty good waves out there, guys, huh?
Yeah, today was an exceptional day to catch some waves with the boat. It always makes it a lot more interesting. You never know what's going to happen.
How do you feel about getting picked for the out and in?
What a relief. We didn't have to swim. Nobody wants to swim.
So basically, you're a little bit more comfortable in the boat than in the water?
Definitely.
Tom and myself, we do a lot more rowing than we do probably paddling or swimming, and that was, we was a lucky thing that we got together like that. You know, that's what's good about this type of tournament. You know, you either get it or you don't.
Well, with the out of the hat, it's a little surprise.
Right. We were on pins and needles until the draw, believe me.
All righty, well, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
And best of luck in the rest of the event.
Thanks a lot.
Back to you, Bob and Ralph.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jeff. And loan me that voice, will you? A great, deep voice. Jeff Burley on the beach. Nice job down there.
That
and
Burley voice, huh?
Woo, love it. And the second event is history, the boat swim. We're not sure who the winner is yet. We'll await the official results. We'll be back with that in just a minute.
Wow, how many of you have?
Oh, a couple.
Let's get you something to eat.
I know a great place across town.
I'd better drive.
I can drive.
You're in no condition to drive.
Here, you drive.
Welcome back to the 18th Annual Ocean Grove Lifeguard Tournament. Our second event, the boat swim, has been completed, and Manasquan won that one also. They've won both of them. Second place in that event was Bradley Beach, so Bradley Beach first place, in second place, Manasquan in first place. So there you can see the totals after two. and Asbury Park in third with 11. So instant replay of event number 1. A lot of friendly people down here on the beach in Ocean Grove enjoying the action, and Jeff Burley is ready down on the beach. He'll have an interview with that victorious Manasquan team. Let's go to Jeff.
I'm here with the winners of the second event, the boat swim, Roger Kerber and Eric Falkenberger. Guys, how did you decide who was going to do the swim?
We're both equal in swimming, but I had a little more practice standing up rowing, so I decided to swim because I was closer to the back.
With the Ocean Grove tournament, stand-up boating does come into play quite a bit, I guess, between who does what on a pick. But Manasquan seems to be doing quite well. It's the second trip here in 2 events. Any comments?
It's just great.
We were out for a good time, considering it's a pick-em tournament, and just happy luck to the draw, I guess.
Well, very good. Congratulations on winning the event. Ralph? Take it away.
We've
Okay, thank you very much. Our next event is underway. A little miscommunication there between Jeff and I up on the beach, but Ralph Truitt, they got off to a good start on this third event, the 2-man torpedo relay.
What you're going to see in this event is you have one swimmer starting on the beach behind the line with a torpedo. They will swim out to the buoy where they will, the torpedo will cross the plane of the buoy and will be exchanged to a teammate who will then swim in with the torpedo and run up the beach and cross the finish line with the torp. It's just basically a straight swimming event, just pure lifeguard skill. And once again, the hardest part is swimming through this chop and trying to get a straight line out to that flag. And when you're down, our cameras, of course, are up looking down on the water. When you're down in it and trying to see up over that chop and see and go straight to where you're going, that's by far the hardest part of getting out of there.
And as we can see the chop there, if the viewers had seen it about an hour and a half ago, it was a heck of a lot worse than it is now.
It's really calmed down a lot and straightened out a lot. There was a real hard north to south pull coming through, which was the main concern, of course, over on the south end of the beach over towards the south jetty. But actually now, comparatively, it's really not that bad. You're still going to see a little bit more wildness with the boats than usual. But, I mean, these swimmers aren't going to have too much of a hard time. It's just going to slow them down a little bit.
Well, as you can see, it's a little bit more difficult to identify the swimmers when they're halfway underwater as compared to the situation when they're in the boats.
Somebody just switched over there. I think that was in lane 3. Somebody heading back in.
And that's over lane 1.
Hi.
There's our young fan again talking into our microphone down on the beach. Where'd he go?
I'm really having a hard time picking up these caps. I'm trying to get the colors here to see who this is. You can see the people waving there on the beach. That's another thing they'll do so when their swimmers look up, they can see the waving arms.
Well, the back of the shirt says Bradley Beach.
Yeah, that's a clue. It's about the only one we're getting.
But they're heading towards the beach. This tournament really moving along. They're not wasting any time getting the events off. This is the third event. Manasquan has captured the first 2, and Bradley Beach came in second in the first 2 events. So right now, those 2 teams battling for the lead.
It was last year at this time we were talking about the dominance of Asbury Park. They had jumped off and won either the first 2 or 2 out of the first 3 or something.
And that's right. Asbury Park went on to win the tournament. Lane 1 finishing up. And lane 1, let's see if we can find out who it is. And I think not easy. Those guys are working tonight. That's Manasquan coming in. So this is the 2-man torpedo relay drawing to a close. Bradley Beach right there. And again, we reiterate the fact that prior to each event, as you look at the Seagirt team, that's the winning team in that event. Prior to each event, the names are drawn out of a hat as to what event you'll be competing in. So a lot of the swimmers get stuck in the boats, and a lot of the boaters get stuck swimming sometimes.
Well, I think Seagirt must have had a good draw because they look happy. I think that might have been our winner there. in lane 1 with Seagard, I'm pretty sure. They certainly look good down on the beach anyhow.
Yeah, well, isn't that all part of being a lifeguard? Gotta
Yes.
look good on the beach.
Yes. Here's somebody struggling in.
Well, just going by the color of the cap, that may be the Belmar swimmer. They're going to have to come up with big uniforms with neon signs and numbers, you know, like in a basketball game, you read the numbers. But this event was the third event in tonight's competition. This was the two-man torpedo relay. The next event will be the boat pickup. Stay with us. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
Plan on entering the North Tack through the valley here. We'll go to the CP, contact Nell 73.
The United States Air Force offers opportunities for education and training. Training that will put you at the leading edge of today's technology. Find out how you can become part of today's Air Force. See your Air Force recruiter today.
We are back on the beach here in Ocean Grove for the 18th annual Ocean Grove Lifeguard Tournament. A great crowd on hand here on the boardwalk and on the beach. There's a look at some of the people up on the boardwalk. Our last event was the two-man torpedo relay, and it was captured by the team from Seagirt. So there you can see our standings after 3 events. Manasquan in the lead, Bradley Beach and Asbury Park tied for second. And it'll tighten up before this one's over. 7 events altogether. And there's a youngster probably a little bit upset with the referee's decision. I think they thought that his team won it.
Probably a future guard here on the Jersey Shore. They start grooming them early.
Early, that's right. Throw them in the water and say, go to it. The next event will be the boat pickup. And Ralph, what's the boat pickup all about?
The boat pickup is you're going to have one person going out boating. By that I mean they'll be standing in the stern of the boat with the rear oar locks, boating out to the buoy. As they make the turn around the buoy, once again from north to south, one of their teammates in this event, the other man in the event, will be climbing into the boat, and then the two of them together one will row and one will boat, and the two of them will bring the boat in, and then one will jump out and cross the finish line. I think they had considered, I don't know if they got a final ruling. I knew, as I said, I was in the captain's meeting before the tournament tonight, and they were considering sending 2 people out to pick up a third because of the conditions. I don't think that that's what they decided to do, but we'll find out very shortly. I think with the surf flattening out a little bit, that they've decided to just let it go with the one person out and picking up the second person.
Well, there are the results from last year's tournament. The top 3, Asbury Park captured it. 44 points for Asbury Park, Avon with 31, and Belmar with 28 points. So they finished in the top 3 last year, and we know that Asbury Park always in the thick of things, and the rest of the teams on the beach up and down the Jersey Shore really do a great job. We've talked about it before, Ralph, but the guys and the young ladies certainly do take this seriously.
They really do. It's, you know, they have a lot of fun out here, and really everybody's having a great time. But when your number gets drawn and you're ready for that event, it's just like anything else. I mean, your adrenaline's pumping, you got the butterflies going, and you're out there to win, and you want to try hard. And there's a lot of pride up and down the shore here between these beaches.
Well, that's Manasquan. They're in the lead in the competition after 3 events. See how they do here in the boat pickup. That's the 4th event. 7 events altogether.
That's Jeff Blanchard there. That's Doug's brother, who guarded here for many years, and he's one of the tournament judges here. It was in the white shirt just left your screen. And it looks like they're going here. We're off. And it is just the one person, but they have given them an extra launcher. And this is going to be interesting. This is real hard for one person to take a boat out like this standing up in this surf.
And I believe that's the Belmar boat heading out.
They're doing a pretty good job so far.
And you can see Ocean Grove right across the back. I like that when they write on the
that helps
stern,
us out, doesn't it?
stern, excuse me.
And there you can see the person waiting out by the buoy, now getting off the board down into the water.
Having some problems, I hear.
This is a real unique skill, this boating. You won't see this very often, or it's to maintain the balance and to get your weight. It's not like sitting down where you can use the strength of your back and your legs. There's really a lot more arms in this, which sounds funny, but when you row normally, most of the strength is in your back. and pulling up with your stomach and your legs. But in this, you have to maintain that balance and try and get your rhythm and your back moving into it. But a lot of it is controlling it with your arms.
That is Belmar.
Making a turn. You see the person climbing into the bow of the boat there. Now they've made the turn. They're going to head back in.
Well, right now it looks like Siegert may be in the lead. As you look at Ocean Grove now in third place, Siegert in first, Belmar in second, and Ocean Grove in third.
Ocean Grove coming in well here. They've got a very good rhythm. It looks like they might try and get on this wave right here.
That's Siegert. Belmar also in the picture. Or Spring Lake, excuse me, Spring Lake. God, you don't mix Spring Lake and Siegert up. That's a cardinal mistake. That is Spring Lake.
I guess that's Ocean Grove out of the water there.
4 and 5. It's lane 5 and 4. Lane 5 was Spring Lake. Lane 4, Ocean Grove.
I think Ocean Grove might have caught that wave and pulled up to make that real close.
Manasquan. That looks like the Bradley Beach team finishing up.
Manasquan still coming in.
Well, a half sprint up the beach anyway. That's Asbury Park.
At this point, they're just trying not to catch a wave and just come in without getting hurt.
Well, remember, they draw out of the hat, so you never know whether you're going to have a person adept at whatever skill they're testing in the competition.
That's why you'll see a different team come out and jump to a lead. Like last year, Asbury just got all the right draws. Everybody, just the luck of the draw, and as they picked, everybody was in their event, and that can happen to any team.
Look at some of the people up on the boardwalk here in Ocean Grove.
Some of the flavor of the Jersey Shore there.
Nothing like it, I'll tell you that. You have to live in New Jersey. This is the place to be.
Absolutely.
Not that New Jersey is such a bad place to live.
I love New Jersey.
I don't want to get Governor Kane upset.
Next event is
New Jersey and you perfect together, you know.
Yes.
Only events in these tournaments that have been going on for so many years. The line is a light diameter line which is pulled by the swimmer off the beach.
A couple young ladies half running away from the camera. Okay, there's the little wave. That's Belmar there. They might have been looking up the beach at the same two young ladies we had on camera. So this event is completed. That was the boat pickup. We'll be back with the final results in just a minute.
All right, fellas, the dinners have all been prepared. We're ready to shoot the commercial. We've got lasagna, linguine white clam, seafood marinara, chicken francaise, veal piccata, and don't forget to get a great shot of our delicious pizza.
All right, quiet on the set.
Squan Tavern, take one.
Ready, action.
Hey, fellas, what about my commercial?
Squan Tavern, Molto Bene.
When your appetite starts speaking Italian, it's time for Squan Tavern. Squan Tavern, Broad Street in Manasquan. It's so good.
Welcome back to Ocean Grove in the 18th Annual Lifeguard Tournament. And Jeff Burley is ready down on the beach with the winners of our third event, the two-man torpedo relay. Let's go to Jeff.
I'm here with the winners of the Torpedo Exchange, Jeff Oram and John Tischendorf. Looked like a good pick for you guys. Swam pretty fast out there. Do a lot of swimming in school, or still in school?
Yeah, we both swim at school, and well, it's like swimmers are notorious for not being able to do anything but swim, so we're pretty lucky when we got both be able to swim.
So this looks like a good pick for you. You didn't have to get involved with the boat.
No boats, no paddles.
Two swimmers, swimming event. John, what school do you go to?
I go to Florida State.
And
I go to Princeton.
Jeff?
Princeton.
Good, good. Well, it looks like the boat pickup is underway. Let's go back to Bob and Ralph.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. And we're just about ready to get started with our next event, the Line Rescue. There you can see the results to this point. And they just got it underway. We'll go through those results as the event is going on.
This event here, what you're going to see is you'll have one swimmer going out attached with a line, with a rescue line. And he'll swim out to the buoy. And you'll see the person here on the beach feeding that line out to him. You don't want to let him get too much so the line will get caught up surf and drugged by the currents. So you just feed it out to him as he needs it. Once he reaches the buoy, then the person on the beach will start pulling him in. He'll reach back and arch his hands above his head, and he's allowed to kick, but he's not allowed to swim. And he'll be pulled in, and once he reaches the shore, he runs up and crosses the finish line.
Okay, as they move out toward the buoy, just to run it by you quickly, Manasquan in the lead after 4 events with 24 points. Bradley Beach close behind with 21, and there you can see the tie for third. Asbury Park and Ocean Grove creeping up there with 19. After that comes Avon with 18, Belmar with 15, along with Spring Lake 15, and Seagirt with 12.
Talking about the difficulties of swimming on a day like today, it's even a little bit harder when you have that line, because it really does pull, and it'll get pulled if the chop or the current's running from north to south. You'll feel it dragging on you, and it's just one more element to make it even more difficult to get straight out to that buoy as quickly as you can. So these guys wearing gloves, that line will really tear your hands up. It gets sand on it and it's wet.
And right there, just trying to keep any kinks out of the line, is one of the swimmers.
Okay, there they move the flag now. You'll see, reach back behind his head, grab a hold of that line, and he should be arching his back as much as possible to try and almost hydroplane on top of that water once the guy's going to pick up speed. In the beginning, he's just picking a slack up out of the line.
This is the one event where it really can have an effect, that blind draw, because some of the guys just aren't as strong enough really to make the good pull.
To make the good pull. It's very hard. It's really going to tire you out. You'll see these guys literally almost being, sick to their stomachs after an event like this. It just really wrenches you.
And no gloves on that last puller.
No, I never wore them either. I didn't like them. I thought it would actually make me slip. I'd rather have it grab into my hands.
Everybody knows how tough you are, though, Ralph. Big, strong guy. Used to work down here on the beach, right?
I used to lifeguard right on this beach here. And I used to compete in these events, believe it or not, 10 years ago was the last tournament I was in here. This is must be a hand-over-hand pull, as opposed to some line pulls in tournaments. You'll see where they'll pull the line, they'll tuck the line kind of in over their shoulder and run up the beach. They must keep their feet planted and just pull, as you see this gentleman here doing hand-over-hand. Seems to be working at it pretty smoothly, but it's not as easy as he's making it look, believe me.
Well, he's got a good routine going there. Here comes our first finisher. That might have been Ocean Grove. Still going at it.
Still going. Now a swimmer here, if he's paying attention, can catch this wave. Now it broke behind him.
Either catch or to get crushed by it.
Yeah, one of the two.
I think that's Bradley Beach. Manasquan in the lead coming into this event. Bradley Beach in second place with 21 points.
There you see somebody getting awfully tired. Look at that.
Oh, I feel for them, I'll tell you. I cut the lawn and I need to sit down and rest. Just walking up and down with a little lawnmower. I don't know how these guys do it.
Look at this kid.
Next event will be the paddleboard.
He's saying, come on, kick in, help me, get a wave, do something.
Second guard at the mark will bring the board back in.
Part of the crowd here today.
Paddler brings the board.
Oh, that poor guy.
He's just, it looks like he's just quitting now. He says, get up and walk.
Yeah, you're
I'm
on
not
your own.
pulling.
I pulled you 80, you're walking the last 20.
The guy doesn't look too encouraged about walking either.
I can't imagine going out there and doing that if you're not trained, and I don't think that's the type of skill that most of the guys really train on. I guess some of the animals like to do that, but not the regular looking average size guys.
No, certainly not a lot of the good swimmers, because when you're down on the beach, the swimmers are going to be the guys out in the water, and the animals are going to be the guys pulling them in.
I mean, that's the way it should be. If I need help, I want a swimmer out there, and I want an animal pulling me in.
Exactly, and that's the way it is. But in this tournament, you're kind of looking for I want to say an all-round guard or all-round athlete, somebody who really can put all the facets of being a lifeguard together, and that will make up your best 10-man team, just because of circumstances like this that will arise. And they obviously had 2 swimmers in that event, and one of them has to pull the line.
Well, some of the people still on hand and everybody enjoying the action. So far, it's been great here in Ocean Grove. There was some question as to whether or not they'd even be able to hold the event due to the sea conditions, but they've calmed down a bit. But in terms of a spectator viewpoint, it really makes it more interesting to have a little chop out there where it's not too easy for the people.
They certainly look interested.
One thing about lifeguard tournaments, there always seems to be a lot of females in the crowd.
Yes, there does.
So that was the
shy one there.
Yeah, the line rescue. Our next event will be the paddleboard relay. And as is always the case, we await the official results from this last event, the line rescue. Maybe that's what we should bring along. Binoculars. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
I wonder if she's saying, boy, I'm glad I didn't have to get up there and pull someone back in.
I don't know. It's just like she's nervous. She might be getting ready for the next event.
That next event will be the paddleboard relay. And we only have 2 more events. This one's really flown by. The paddleboard relay and the 12-man boat relay are the only 2 scheduled. As you look at another one of the viewers here, and the people love to come up, and that young lady's having a good time.
She's having a blast, isn't she? Here's a younger member of the viewing public.
Always interesting crowd at Ocean Grove, because Ocean Grove does have a nice senior citizen population. You get young and old alike, and they all come out and enjoy the action. And the judges really taking a long time on this one.
Yeah, there seems to be some problem here. We haven't gotten any word on any official results yet. Always the possibility of a disqualification if somebody didn't quite reach a flag or dip the flag down into the water as they're supposed to.
Well, you heard that. Someone spotted the microphone. Asbury Park won this event, the line rescue, last year. Mark Roy and looks like Bill Kiss were the victors. Last year, Asbury Park won the competition. They had 44 points, followed by Avon with 31 and Belmar with 28. But so far in this tournament, Manasquan's really been having a good tournament, as they were the leaders coming into this one with 24 points. Bradley Beach was right behind with 21, and Asbury Park and Ocean Grove at 19.
Well, there's some more of the senior citizens watching the tournament here. I was just going to say, with a couple on the beach, I think we've run the full range now, from babies all the way on up.
That's it. And that's what makes a tournament like this so great. No admission charge. A nice way to go out and
there's one of the little tykes.
Spend an evening. Great. I know in our fan, we can bring our 2 little ones up and just say, go. See you in an hour and a half or 2 hours.
She must be happy about something. Maybe her team won that one. Maybe she knows the official results of that event, huh? Let's ask her.
Look at this one, huh?
We have the official results from the last event.
Ah, the good old days.
It's the future torpedo relay team right there.
That's it right there. There are judges. Belmar captured the line rescue. The official results just being announced by the PA announcer. And we'll get an updated score for you as soon as we can. I'd like to thank my wife Linda, right next to us, taking care of the totals, the human computer. And it looks like we're going to go right to the next event. We'll stay right with you. And hopefully Jeff Burley will be able to set up an interview for us down on the beach. But we have fallen behind on a couple of the interviews, and that's not an easy job to get these guys over there, particularly as quickly as they're getting all the events started. Doug Blanchard right there. Doug's been working hard. I know I was talking to him before, and he had about 8 different people screaming questions at him. He stayed pretty cool and calm.
Just on the other side of him, there's Buster Stoll. Yeah, I think they're really trying. They're going to move right into this next event. I think once again, with the weather conditions and everything the way it is, even though it looks like it's going to hold off, they just want to get it over with and make sure we get through everything as smoothly as possible.
Well, here are the totals for you. After 4 events, Manasquan still in the lead with 31 points. Bradley Beach in second place with 26. And Asbury Park creeping back into it. They have 25 right now. Ocean Grove and Belmar tied at 23. So Manasquan won the first 2 events, and they've been clinging to that lead.
the pier there in Ocean Grove, fishing pier, down which separates the Main Ave Beach and South End Beach.
So we've got two more events for you, the paddleboard relay and the 12-man boat relay, provided they decide to go with that. We're still not sure whether they're going to do it. I think they probably will.
I think the way things have been going so far, they'll probably go ahead with it. If anything, the surface continued to flatten out since the tournament has began.
There are results right there for you. Well, young and old, and now we've got a couple of dogs having some fun on the beach.
Even the competition has even gone down to the dogs in this tournament, huh?
I think that's Pete Stagg down on the beach. Pete, a well-known guy from Ocean Grove, did a great job at the Ocean Grove Centennial Parade as the public address announcer. And Pete very active in the community. And I know Pete's been working hard. They're trying to get next its Eastern Regional Lifeguard Tournament to be held here at the Jersey Shore. Pete's been working with Dave Mitchell to try to get some support and have it up at 7 Presidents Park up in Long Branch. That'll be great
I know
if they
Doug
can do it.
Blanchard has had a lot to say about that too. He's all three of those gentlemen are active in trying to get that together with the USLA.
That'll be some tournament that bring them up from Florida and all over the East Coast.
Yes, that's true, all up and down. And I'll tell you, Monmouth County has done well in the Eastern Regionals in the past. I think we deserve to get a tournament in this area.
That would be interesting. They'd have to run it in heat, so to speak, wouldn't they? If you brought in 40 or 50 teams, I don't know how you could do it all at once.
I'll tell you, Bob, I've never been to one. I really don't know. Perhaps we'll have to try and get Doug to explain it to us real quickly or something. I don't know the answer to that, but I imagine that makes sense. Heats of some kind over a period of a couple days, over a weekend or so.
Well, equal time for the guys on the beach on that last camera shot.
Okay, looks like we're ready to go here with the paddleboard relay. This is just as simple as it sounds. You have one guy leaving there from the starting line, out through the water on the board, and exchanging the board out at the buoy, and one back in and must pick the board up and cross the finish line with it. With a chop like this, there's a couple interesting things about the paddleboarding event. Now, you just saw him go up to his knees right there. Now, that's not as quick generally as staying down on your stomach, but your endurance is better. You can usually get in a rhythm and go a lot stronger, longer on your knees. But also with the chop, you have to have good balance. So it's kind of a trade-off here. If you want to lay on your stomach the whole way out, you're going to probably have a less chance of, falling off the board or being knocked around. But it's really hard on your arms to just lay down flat like that. It's like butterflying the whole way out to the buoy.
And with the chop, aren't you a little better off on your knees just so you can see where you're headed?
That'll help, but a board lifts you up out of the chop better than when you're swimming, so you can see better anyhow, even with that. There you see around the buoy from north to south and the exchange. Also coming in, of course, with a surf like this, whoever gets the advantage, I think, in this type of water of coming in with the board should probably be the least experienced paddler because he'll have the chop behind him and also, of course, the opportunity of catching a wave.
Sure, catch that free ride in. A lot of screaming and hollering on the beach, so this one must be pretty
Somebody's
close.
going for a wave. That's what I think we got. Everybody's yelling at the paddler to look behind him. Somebody's got a wave right in the middle. Looks like 5. I'm not sure who that is, but he looks like he's coasting on in pretty well.
Well, that might be Bradley Beach.
And that was the difference. He caught that right in the middle and got him in quickly. Also, a lot of credit to the guy going out to get him in that position.
That's right. Come on, kick it in.
These guys make those boards look like they weigh about an ounce, don't they?
Yeah, I know.
The results of the 6th event, paddleboard relay. Once again, we do want to remind you.
It's like Dave Mitchell there from Ocean Grove.
I don't know, is that Dave?
I think so. I think he would have rather been in a boat today.
I was going to say, I think... Okay, that's Dave. I think Dave's probably would prefer to be pulling guys in off of that torpedo relay.
Something like that, yeah.
Blindfold. But you never know. They draw your names out of a hat, and that's what event you have to participate in. This is event number 6 in the 18th Annual Ocean Grove Lifeguard Tournament. Ralph Truitt and Bob Lampinen here. We hope you're enjoying the action. We're having a ball, and we'll be back with the final event, the 12-man boat relay, in just a minute.
Grandpa, where'd everybody go?
They've gone to Jason's Furniture in Neptune City, where they can buy this sofa and love seat, or this sofa love seat and recliner by Jackson for only $6.99, or this beautiful colonial love seat and recliner covered in 100% nylon for only $7.99.
All of your wishes will come true when you buy your furniture at Jason's.
Jason's Furniture, Route 35 and 3rd Avenue, Neptune City.
Welcome back to the 18th Annual Ocean Grove Lifeguard Tournament. Jeff Burley is down on the beach with the winners of the line rescue. Let's go to Jeff right now.
Standing here with the winners of the line rescue event, Ben Levine and Bob Weissner of Belmar. Nice job, guys.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
How did you decide who was going to pull?
I definitely wasn't going to pull because he's much bigger, and I'm a swimmer, so I was sort of excited.
swimming is your event then, so
Yeah.
that's how you ended up doing the pull.
Oh, yeah. That was an easy choice having Ben swim. And I don't pull much line, but I could pull a lot better than he can pull, so that's a lot. An easy choice.
Well, congratulations on winning the event. Looks like they're getting ready for the start of the next event here. Back to you, Bob and Ralph.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. That was the winners of the line rescue. Now we're just about ready to get it started here for the final event, the 12-man boat relay. And we're still awaiting the final results from that event number 6, the paddleboard relay. And we'll have the updated totals for you in just a minute.
In the meantime, just explain to you a little bit what this event is. This is, if anything's going to happen in this surf, this is the event where it is going to occur. And if you recall at the beginning of the show, we mentioned they were even thinking at the outset of canceling this event. What you're going to have is 6 teams of 2 members each going out and around the buoy in the boat. The main problem area is going to be the exchange, which is down right at the surf line, of course, right at the coast there. And when the boats come in and the exchange is made, the boat must come up and touch, it must be beach, it must touch beach and then can be turned around and pushed back out into the water. And with all those exchanges going on right there, that's where these people have to be careful with. All those people around a boat, if the boat gets caught up into a wave and gets thrown, it can bang up into somebody, or all kinds of things can go wrong.
Okay, well, after 5 events, Manasquan is still in the lead. They won that last event, so they pick up another big 8 points. Manasquan now with 39 points. And they've opened up their lead a little bit. Bradley Beach and Asbury Park are tied with 30. And following Asbury and Bradley Beach is Belmar with 29 points. So Manasquan with a big lead now. They lead it by 9 going into the last event. And it looks like they've clinched the victory tonight.
Yeah, even with a disqualification now and a 0, the best Bradley Beach could do would be pick up 8 in this event. So it looks like we have a winner, but they'll still be battling for second and just battling to make it close to save a little bit of pride.
Well, I'm not sure that all the contestants know exactly.
That's true. That's another good point. I'm sure they might not know.
Well, that youngster knows. He knows. He says, I'm going to lay down. Manasquan's got this one locked up.
It's over. I'm taking a nap.
Practicing his paddleboard techniques. Or is that a young lady? You always have trouble with little kids. They can get you in trouble, you know.
Yeah.
His or her, you have to say, well, what can you say? His or her, I guess.
There. No?
Maybe.
I leave that up to you, Bob. I don't know.
Probably silence would be the safest way to go. So the 12-man boat relay. We've seen some crazy things happen in the past on this event. Last year, Spring Lake captured the event, and they had a big victory in that event. As we mentioned before, the winners in 1985, it was Asbury Park. This year's winner, unless our calculations are off, and I'm pretty sure we're up to date, Manasquan has it about locked up with 39 points. And there they are right there. Opportunity for just about everybody to get into the act.
We might know pretty soon whether or not these guys know they haven't clinched. Because if they do, they might just be real careful out there.
7 is 21 is spring late, and 8 is 20 is keeper. Again, leading with
What would happen if they said, heck, we're not going?
one, followed by a tie.
I don't know. I don't think they'd want to do that as competitors. As a past competitor, I know I certainly wouldn't want to do that.
That's the Asbury Park team right
Asbury's
there.
They're getting pumped for second place, Asbury, because I believe they're tied right now for second. Is that correct? Yeah, they're tied with Bradley Beach for second, and that's a big rivalry there between Bradley and Asbury. So they're definitely going to be fighting it out here.
That's Bill Knight.
Might be what we want to try and watch here.
And that's Bill Knight right there, their leader. We talked to
my
Bill.
next door neighbor.
Oh yeah, we talked to Bill after the tournament in where were we?
7 Manasquan, and lane 8, Ocean Grove. Teams are lined up for the final event to OP.
Well, nobody's going to help me in the truck. I guess I'll just have to forget about it. I forget where we talked to Bill Knight.
Seagert, were we Seagert?
In
Belmar.
At Belmar, that was. So just about ready. We hope to get this 12-man boat relay going on. As we mentioned, a lot of people here on the boardwalk right behind us. We've got all kinds of people getting a preview look at the delayed tape version of our lifeguard tournament.
Where were they last year when we needed them to block the sun?
That's right.
Couldn't see it.
No sun tonight. There's some of them there. And there we are. And Ralph Truitt's a good-looking guy in the white shirt. I'm in the blue shirt.
And that's his wife ducking over there.
And we talked about the human computer. Here she is seated right next to me on the boardwalk. To my right, as she hides behind our portable table here, she's been keeping up all the totals for us. My wife Linda, and she's very camera shy, giggling away like a little 8-year-old. Don't put me on, don't put me on, I'll never do it again.
That's what I said after last year. I said I'll never do it again.
Well,
of course, Doug Blanchard's a hard person to say no to. I want to point that out. Dougie has this little vein that pops up in his forehead, and anybody in Ocean Grove knows what I'm talking about.
That's right, I've seen it. I saw it before when I asked him a couple of questions. He didn't want to hear it.
He just gives you that look, and you know you did something wrong.
Well, we're certainly glad you're with us. This is your second year with us, and we're having a lot of fun here, and they're just about ready to get going on the last one, the 12-man boat relay. That's Manasquan right there, and they have things locked up. They're going to go out and row for pride.
They'd still like to win it if they can, sure. I mean, you want to go out way on top. I mean,
sure.
If you can really rub it in, let's do it.
Hey, there's bragging rights along the beach.
Absolutely.
I have to comment, I'm proud of my guys. That's the beach that my family frequents in Manasquan, so nice job, fellas. And we're just about ready to go.
Flags up. Get a little bit of a panoramic view here, and there they go.
A little different style. The guys from Manasquan didn't start rowing. As soon as they were launched, some of the other boats, they started trying to get a little head start there.
Yeah, it's as soon as you can really get your rhythm started and get going, and sometimes it takes a little while.
Well, watch out here.
Look out.
Woo.
That was fun. That was fun.
That's Ocean Grove on the left. And, of course, we had mentioned a little while ago how it's calmed down. And look what happened.
Of course, they had to make a liar out of it, right? No, it really has, though. And had it been as bad as it was at, say, 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, I don't think we'd be seeing this event right now. So I'm glad it has calmed down. See somebody pop the oar there.
Well, that's Manasquan making their turn. Asbury Park coming right at us. As they make the turn, coming around. Can't get too excited yet, though. This is a 12-man event.
Right, it takes a long time with all the exchanges on the beach. What can happen is you get the boat filled up with water, and it can take a couple minutes there, and all kinds of things can go wrong. So the first leg or two, it's no matter what happens there, it's still up in the air.
Here comes Spring Lake, trying to catch that wave. Did they get it?
Get those oars out of the way.
Watch out! Almost had it. Instead, they fill up with some water.
Yep. No oars. There's 2 of them. They got a few extra in the boat. There's somebody else turned sideways out in the water.
And that's Ocean Grove right there. Oh, this is
Manasquan
crazy.
having a little problem. Yeah, this is just the first leg. I told you there's a lot going to go on here. That boat has to touch beach. There it is. Now they're back out. These guys don't seem too scared off by what's been occurring out there. Maybe they're just not going to think about it.
Yeah, I think they're used to it.
Yeah, I think it's not their first time.
Close behind them, lane 3, Bradley Beach.
Hard work, that's for sure. Here they're going to dump some water out.
Manasquan taking their time. I think they do know they have it clinched here. They're not in any hurry. They don't want to have a heavy boat out there. They just want to get it cleared out each time.
That's Bradley Beach as they empty their boat. Manasquan heads back out.
Rounding the mark on the second leg.
Ooh, better straighten it out there, guys. See the guy in the back, how hard that is to try and get your oars in the water and keep your balance.
Just trying to stand up.
At most of the time, at that point, that's really what they are trying to stand up and almost just keep your oars out of the bow rowers out of his way.
And it's got to be tough. The guy standing up, he's got to have his shins and legs kicked around a bit.
Yeah.
Banging against the side of the seat.
In the bottom of the boat there, the ribbings in the bottom.
That's supposed to be fun. That's Asbury Park right there.
Taking a wide cut across the beach.
We just keep working. This is the 12-man boat relay. Here's the tough
Pulling those
part.
oars in.
Trying to get up to the beach. That one done pretty peacefully. Pull it up. Got to make contact on the beach.
Got to come all the way up and touch.
Quick turn.
Oh. I'm losing track of these legs here. I guess this is the beginning of the third leg for somebody.
You let the crowd tell you when someone wins, they'll all start.
Right, we'll
Watch
know.
out there. They'll all start making.
Got a lot of
some
water
noise.
in that boat right there. Here's the second team of Manasquan coming in.
That poor guy standing up, if you want to call it standing
Yeah,
up.
Actually, that wasn't too eventful there.
That's Belmar.
He got in pretty clean that time.
And that's Ocean Grove as they come towards us. Watch out. There go the oars. And then it's just a matter of saying, hang on.
Yep.
And watch out. Get out of the way.
That could have been a lot worse. Whoever was got out of the back of that boat just in time to put an anchor on the back of it there and hold it down, try and steer it a little bit.
Just had a look at Belmar trying to get back out. That's Spring Lake.
Oh
boy, a lot of water there. You know,
this does not look good.
This is fun just sitting here watching these
Isn't it
poor
great?
guys. I would not want to be out there, but it's great sitting here.
Believe it or not, when you were out there, it was a lot of fun. I know it doesn't look like it, but it was.
You know, it's like watching auto racing. Say, oh, great crack up, seeing parts flying and all.
Right. I don't know if that would be fun. I don't think even I'd push it that far.
No, I wouldn't want to be in the car, but you can't tell me people don't watch auto racing in hopes of not seeing a good one now and then.
That's true.
That's Asbury Park.
This looks good. These people really got it coming in okay. Not sure who this is. They got ahead of that wave just in time. They look good.
Asbury makes their turn.
Some boats exchanging position there.
Avon going back out.
You can see they had to run it up the beach a little bit. Coming in, probably caught a wave and got them way offline.
Well, this is the 18th annual Ocean Grove Lifeguard Tournament. You can see why they've been able to maintain it. 17 before this one. This has been a good one.
I think why everybody might complain a little bit about the number drawing and this, that, and complain about the picks they get. I think they all really enjoy it because of the uniqueness of it. And, you know, it's just the fact that you have the other tournaments where you can put your best people in your best events. And but this tournament like this type of tournament really is in one sense a lot more fun. It's a lot guys are a little bit looser. They're having fun. They get a swimmer in a rowing event or vice versa. And they're just going to go out there and have a good time.
I think what it does, it becomes the Watch
Look
out
out,
there.
look
Woo,
out.
That's Belmar.
They did a pretty good job with that boat.
It becomes a great equalizer for some of the teams that might not have quite the talent to go out and get their heads knocked in every week. Here they can come to a tournament like this and possibly come away with a victory.
Yeah, with a few breaks in the right place. Look at this ride here.
Bradley Beach. He liked that one.
Yeah, he did have fun with that one.
I'll take the
If
free
you catch
pass.
if you catch him right, boy, it's fun.
That's Spring Lake, followed by Ocean Grove,
Look out.
Manasquan. They just waited. Smart
Yeah,
move by
I
Doug
thought they
Bauer.
were a lot closer to that one when I first saw it. They're just waiting. See him just waiting?
I think that's the Avon boat there.
At some point, guys, you just got to go.
Well, I think they're being smart. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah. Especially you can believe the guys in the boat are telling them when to push and when not to do.
Yeah, if I'm the guy in the bow of the boat and I can't see what's coming, I hope it's my friend in the stern who's watching things.
A lot of confidence in your teammate there, a lot of faith. Actually, there is a lot of communication that goes on with these guys, which I don't think I've talked about today, but there really is. They're telling each other the whole time. As you say, in a bow boat you can't see. You have to direct them to the buoy. You have to direct them right oar, left oar, when to make the turn, when to dip, and and vice versa coming back in, because then the boater can't see the surf coming in behind him. And constant communication going on between these times. Not all of it could be repeated over the air here, but there is constant communication.
Very little of it, I'm afraid. You just saw a Spring Lake finish up. And that looks like Asbury Park on the right side of the screen. They've got good momentum there. There's Bradley Beach coming right at us.
They're looking pretty good. Got a nice rhythm. They're not really pumping too hard, but they're getting it going.
Here comes Manasquan. They try to catch up to their boat.
That looks like the best time Manasquan's come in yet.
Well, here's where it gets crazy on the turns. That's Asbury Park on the right.
I'll tell you, too, another thing I could have mentioned today is that these buoys are really tight. They really got the lanes in real close. The purpose for which being they don't want to be too close to the jetties on either end, either the north or the south end, especially the south end with when they were setting up this afternoon to chop heading into that jetty. So the buoys are a lot closer than you would normally see, which when they go out to make these turns, if you have 2 or 3 boats coming around 2 or 3 adjacent buoys at the same time, boy, they can, it's really close out there.
That was Ocean Grove. This is Belmar. That's Spring Lake. As we mentioned, Manasquan has already locked up this year's championship. Coming into this event, they had 39 points. Bradley Beach and Asbury Park with 30. That's the Manasquan team right there. 8 points awarded for first place. So the best Bradley or Asbury could finish with would be 38, and that'd be one shy of the 39 which Manasquan has coming into this one. And unless they're disqualified, they'd pick up at least one more. That's Belmar there.
That means we won't have a tiebreaker this year, which I think some of the team managers are probably pretty happy to hear about, because from what I understood in the captain's meeting, the team managers were, team captains, excuse me, were to be in a one-man boat row-off for the if there was to be any kind of tie.
Well, that's Spring Lake. Almost impossible to tell which team is in the lead, as there are 12 men involved.
We should be closing up here with this next run, I believe, on some of these teams. I don't think this is the last teams here, but one more out and around I think should do it for some of these squads.
You can see Dave Mitchell right there in the bow saying, "Come on, Mo, get up on that beach." Here comes Manasquan. Just want to ride it in safely.
There's Dave. Whoops, careful. All right, out of there. Pretty agile there. Dave and Chipper Eichhorn getting in the boat.
That's Bradley Beach coming in. Spring Lake. Up and down they go. This is Belmar having some problems.
Uh-oh.
Watch out here. Just managed to avoid any collisions. We've seen one or two in past years.
Well, we do have a winner there. We do have a winner.
Somebody just finished up. Now we just have to find out who it was. That's Bradley Beach as they wait out that wave. Okay, now they'll try it again.
Ocean Grove heading out there behind the lane 6 marker.
That's Spring Lake coming back. I don't think Seagirt was in this event. I just saw their boat up on the beach, unless they brought 2 boats with them. But that's Belmar there. This is Spring Lake. Those rocks look
There
too
you
close
go.
for me.
There you go. See, that's exactly what we were talking about, and you lose control of a boat like that. Can be over there faster than you'd like it to be.
Yeah, put me in the middle lane on this event. As Spring Lake finishes up. Spring Lake had 21 points coming into this event. And Belmar still out.
Have to wait for the official results this time because of boats lapping other boats in this race.
And here comes Manasquan.
A little bit of rear steering action there.
Ocean Grove. And that's Bradley Beach sort of coming in. Sometimes you're at the mercy of the water. And here come the Ocean Grove guys.
There. I think they're done. They finished up. Pretty much we're all finished up now. Looks like we have 1 boat still out in the water. Not sure who that is.
I think that might be Avon.
Avon on their last leg. Looks like everybody else is finished up.
And that's Manasquan. Looks like they are our victors tonight. A couple more video postcards. So we will wait till the last boat finishes up. It looks like it's Belmar that's still out. There they are. That wasn't Avon, it was Belmar. And after they finish up, we'll take a short break, and then we will come back and have an interview with our winners. You can see they don't waste any time getting their boats back home, that's for sure. Of course, one of the great parts of the lifeguard tournament. That's not an event, but I'd love to see that as an official lifeguard event.
I'll tell you what, it would be great to have the judges out there on that. Just having a lot of fun out there.
Well, one of the best parts of the competition.
Hey,
Whoa!
we're having a good time out here, huh?
That's a 9.5 degree of difficulty.
Yeah, the closer it gets to that rocks, it's going to go up to 9.9 real quickly.
Well, here comes Belmar. But as I mentioned, one of the best parts about the competition here for the lifeguards is not only they have fun here, but they have been known to party once in a while.
Yeah, occasionally. That's why you might see them getting these boats off the beaches pretty quickly. Not that I was ever part of any of that aspect, but I certainly did hear about a few wild parties that went on.
Well, this guy's unbelievable. Let's just watch him for a second.
Great time in that surf, isn't he?
Is that as easy as it looked? Have you ever done that?
To tell you the truth, no, I never have. I never have. As soon as you say it's easy, right? As soon as you say it's easy. No, I never tried that. Looks like fun.
That's all right. Well, I think I'm going to, during this break, I might run out and buy one of them and toot around a little bit tomorrow, but we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with our winners in just a minute.
Okay, gentlemen, today we're deploying our jets to Tyndall Air Force Base for combat archer. We'll be making single ship
This
takeoffs.
is Air Force technology at work. The United States Air Force is a technology leader, offering qualified young men and women opportunities for excellent training and education. Your Air Force recruiter has all the facts. See him today. You could find yourself learning a skill that will last you a lifetime. Aim high. Air Force.
Welcome back to Ocean Grove. Manasquan are winners tonight, but before we talk to them, let's take a look at our final standings in tonight's competition. Winning it was Manasquan with 44 points. Second place, Asbury Park with 37. Bradley Beach in third place with 34. Belmar with 31. Avon with 30 points. Ocean Grove and Spring Lake tied with 27. And Seagirt with 21 points. John Ribari is the spokesman for this group from Manasquan, and we're going to talk to John right now. John, I don't know how you do it. You got a bunch of guys behind you that I don't know whether I should call them friends or what. I guess I better. I go to your beach, but congratulations. Nice job tonight.
They're a bunch of crazy people, and they love competition. And they all did a great job. We got great events. Chris Rooney and Jimmy Den Hartog won the paddleboard relay. That's when we got 4 first places. And everybody just put together, relaxed. The sea was rough, and we all experienced. Did a great job.
Why is it that you guys are able to win when there's the blind draw? When you're able to pick your events, you can't win the tournaments.
With a draw like this, you know, you get lucky. Some people, you know, get a good events that they're good at. They get like I got swimming. I'm not a good swimmer. You know, like it just everybody got their events that we could win, and they did a great job.
And what goes on now once the competition's over? Where do you head?
This one? Oh, I don't know. Swan or. Or Osprey, or
any other place at the shore, right?
We're going to start from Belmar and hit down south.
Okay, well, congratulations. I'm not going to the beach tomorrow, though, in case I get in trouble. Nice job to all you guys.
Thank you.
All right. So that was the victorious Manasquan team, and I want to speak to our interviewer tonight. How'd you make out tonight down there, Jeff? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah, enjoyed it. Great. It was great. I liked it. Here in Ocean Grove, you know, I've competed here in the tournaments before, and it was interesting to be on the other side.
Well, I mentioned right after your first event that I wish you could give me your voice because you got a great one.
Oh, thanks. But I got to thank my parents for this.
Okay, well, thanks for being with us. Enjoyed your work.
Thanks a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, and Ralph, you're back again, year number 2, and another great job.
Thanks very much. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. It was great. Everything came off well. I know there was a lot of anxious people before the tournament with the surf and the weather. But once again, everything just came out great. It really goes to Doug Blanchard. He does most of the work to just put it all together, and did a great job, just like last year and all the years in the past. And I had a lot of fun, and maybe you guys will have to next year.
No doubt about it. Next year, we'll look forward to having you with us.
Thanks very much.
Thanks. Okay, well, that about does it from Ocean Grove. Once again, Manasquan, the victors in this year's tournament. It was the 8th annual Ocean Grove Lifeguard Tournament. A real success. We hope you've enjoyed it. For all the people involved with the tournament, this is Bob Lampinen. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Yesterday, Cindy Smith will have a report tonight from the Neptune Township Planning Board.